Welcome to Maulia Cognition. In this session, we are just going to simply explain in a short time about these British Sunni Imams. They made a fatwa against, literally against Hazret Ibn Arabi, saying he is a heretic, that because he teaches there has been thousands of Adams, and saying our Adam is the last. So Luton Sunni scholars, they are claiming that this is a heretical teaching, and anyone who teaches there has been thousands of Adam does not belong to Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and he should not be allowed in their mosque. But this again, they are saying that anyone who have that belief that there are thousands of Adam, and that person is a false sheikh because his aqidah or belief is false, and not in agreement with the sound belief of Ahlus Sunnah or Sunni Islam. Because of that, any allegiance to such a sheikh is broken. That means that the Sunni scholars are saying that allegiance to Sheikh Nazim, Sheikh Abdul Karim and Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani are broken because they believe there are thousands of Adams. And they are quoting this hadith about whoever among you sees an evil, let him change it with his hand. Because now these scholars are using this hadith to prove that anyone who teaches there has been thousands of Adams, they are evildoers, and they are indirectly saying that Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani, Sheikh Nazim al-Haqqani, Sheikh Ibn Arabi, Sheikh Sahibu Saif, Sheikh Abdul Karim al-Kibrisi, all of them are evildoers. And they are teaching heresy and falsehood. This is what the Sunni scholars of Luton, namely Professor Masood Akhtar Rasarvi, Shamsul Huda Misbahi, Qasim Zia al-Qadiri, Imam of Luton Central Mosque, LCM is Luton Central Mosque, Maulana Sajid Mahmud, Jamia al-Akbariya, Luton, Maulana Qari Muhammad Kamran, Jamia Islamia Gausiya Trust, Luton, Maulana Wasim Akhtar, Faizan Mushkil Khusha, another mosque in Luton, Lee Grave Road, Maulana Sufyan Arshad, Faizan Mushkil Khusha, Maulana Atiq Aziz. So these scholars, the so-called scholars, these nutters, they are claiming, because they are mixing Aqidah and Tasawwuf and judging Tasawwuf based on Aqidah or belief theology. But both knowledge are different level of knowledge, because the knowledge in Aqidah is supposed not to be discussed or judged according to Tasawwuf, nor the knowledge in Tasawwuf should not be judged according to Aqidah or theology. But these nuts have gone their worse, and Lokman Effendi, they are saying Lokman should not teach this. They are advising their Pakistani community to stay away from Lokman Effendi, and he is not welcome there. But because Lokman Effendi is such a clone, a false waris, claiming to be a waris of Sheikh, means inheritor of Sheikh Abdul Karim and Naqshbandi, he is going around to become famous, to get more followers and to become famous and to receive hospitality in Pakistani community. Is going to these scholars later and surrendering, submitting to their this fatwa, and Lokman Effendi later retracting from these teachings of Maulana Sheikh Abdullah and Hazret Ibn Arabi. Here we already explained in our another channel, Naqshbandi Rabbani way, that Sheikh Nazim al-Haqqani and Sheikh Abdullah Faiz Dagestani taught the wisdom of Ibn Arabi from Al-Futuhat al-Makkiyah about God created thousands of Adams, and that we can find in the books of Mercy Ocean, the teaching of Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani. So the Grand Shaykh said that there were many Adams, thousands of Adams, nobody know their exact number. And these scholars, they act like the Khawarij, the dogs of hellfire. They are not accepting the spiritual knowledge and authority. So this is a very important point. And these people live like their dog life, like Khawarij, who are the dogs of hellfire. So Lokman Effendi and Adnan Effendi or Adnan Akhtar going in the same route. Adnan Akhtar is punished for his crimes for 8,658 years. But these Lokman Effendi and his Luton Sunni scholars will be punished for an eternal damnation for their betrayal and insulting of Sheikh Nazim and Sheikh Abdul Karim and Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani. So we have explained that they have deviated from Sheikh Abdul Karim Sufi way. We can see here we have explained all these things here. Lokman Effendi going and surrendering to these Luton scholars or British Sunni scholars, and he is retracting from all the teachings of Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani and Sheikh Ibn Arabi, saying, I am also retracting the statement about a type of Adam before Prophet Adam. That means Lokman Effendi is betraying all these teachings of Sheikh Ibn Arabi and Sheikh Nazim al-Haqqani and Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani. So this is the level of faith people are fooled to follow Mehmet, Adil and Lokman Effendi. This is what we have been explaining these days. People, false leaders, fraudulent sheikhs like Lokman Effendi and these corrupt scholars, they look for social fame and status and wealth. They fall for this kind of trap, false fatwa against their own sheikhs. The teachings of Sheikh Abdullah and Mercy Oceans. Lokman Effendi is agreeing with the scholars of Luton and he shunned the teachings. He renounced the teachings and the wisdom of Ibn Arabi and his own Grand Shaykh, Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani and Sheikh Nazim al-Haqqani, as well as Sheikh Sahib Saif Sheikh Abdul Karim al-Kibirisi Rabbani. On 10th Urs of Sahib Saif Sheikh Abdul Karim, Lokman Effendi visiting and sharing a video from Mehmet Adil, claiming Maulana is giving Lokman Effendi spiritual power, saying that Maulana gave Lokman Effendi the spiritual power and Maulana put him there. Also claiming Allah is sending sincere people to be with Lokman Effendi. But they are making dunya, they are making this worldly fame, and they are even betraying Sheikh Maulana and Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani and Ibn Arabi, because Maulana Sheikh and Sheikh Abdullah is teaching the wisdom of Ibn Arabi about thousands Adams in the book of Mercy Oceans. And they are really making dunya and other things while pretending to be not making dunya or other things. Both of them sitting together, and Mehmet Adil is lying about Lokman, that Maulana is lying about Maulana Sheikh, his own father and the leader of the Naqshbandi order, that Maulana is giving him spiritual power for what? To go against the very teachings of Maulana, to disrespect Maulana and to disrespect the teacher of Maulana Sheikh Nazim, which is Sheikh Abdullah Faiz Dagestani. So these people are liars, and who are the father of liars? Who is the spiritual father of liars according to Jesus Christ? The spiritual father of liars is Satan, the devil. John chapter 8 verse 44. So Lokman Effendi and his clones were sending me death threats because Satan is the murderer Satan has been a murderer from the beginning, says Jesus Christ's gospel is saying there. So these people are liars, they are murderers, they are deceivers. Stay away from this wicked demonic cult. They don't follow Sheikh Nazim al-Haqqani or Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani anymore. They retracted from all their teachings because they want to be friends with these diploma scholars from Pakistani background who lives in Europe and America, and they want fame, position, wealth and authority. So they were supporting Harun Yahya or Adnan Oktar before. Now they are trying to support each other, especially between Lokman and Mehmet Adil.